I even like the villain. There are 46 results. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to continue. Absolute trash. Really triggered me. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. And as you guys can tell, I had a very busy morning today. We're here, we're back, and I am going to do a new reading vlog. This was supposed to be a 24-hour readathon, which I ended up canceling that because I realized this week and next week I'm super busy, which is why we're gonna do this instead. I will be reading any book I want until I get a 5-star read. That, my friend, did not happen. This reading vlog ended up being a vlog where I tried to attempt to finish my February TBR. I have 6 books on that TBR and I've only read 2, and it's the last week of February and I need to finish 4. The books I finished reading that were on my TBR is The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center and Lights Out by Nevessa Ellen, and the 4 books that are left are The Throne of Broken Gods by Amber V. Nicole, White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, and A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Now, am I going to be able to finish all of these 4 books? We will never know until the end of the video. So you guys can go and watch until the end of the video, see if I finally succeeded in finishing my monthly TBR or not. I apologize that this didn't end up being the video that it was supposed to be. But yeah, moving forward, that is the video, and I will be giving you guys back to past Vivian. I will be leaving to go on a trip next week as well. So that's why you guys saw me trying to do my hair. Actually, I was practicing with my Dyson Airwrap because I don't want to bring too many straighteners and hair dryers. I honestly don't really like it and I don't know how to make it nice. Look at this, like what is this? So we shall see what's gonna happen, but I don't like how they curled my bangs too. So anyway, first book we're reading, as you saw, is The Throne of Broken Gods by Amber V. Nicole. This is the second book of the Gods and Monsters trilogy, and the first book is the Book of Azrael. I didn't have the greatest opinion of that book and I feel like a lot of people loved it, but I was so mid about that book, so I don't know, maybe I wasn't feeling it when I was reading it. But I do want to continue the series because I feel like there's so much potential in this fantasy world and I feel like it grows to be better. It can grow to be better. I'm trying to get my February TBR finished. I have 4 books on there and I want to finish it. It is a thick chonker. It's like 750 pages. In the first book of the series, you're following Diana, who is currently in servitude of a monster called Caden. Caden saved her sister's life and so she is forever indebted to him. And he tells her to find this artifact called the Book of Azrael that is supposed to be with Sam Keel, who is the world ender. He's the one who like saved the world and sacrificed a lot of things for the world. He's currently in hiding. His pseudonym is Liam because he wants to live a normal life. However, Diana ends up finding him and then they go on this journey. It's an enemies to lovers trope. There are a lot of things going on in this book, but I remember in the monsters there's like vampires, there are shadow beings. Diana herself is a monster. She can turn to like this winged beast thing that's super powerful and she feeds on humans to gain power. But I'm on a second book and I have read until chapter 3. This is page 16. Anyway, let's get into reading and I'll give you guys updates as we go. The lighting's not the best, but I'm gonna try and make this quick. I'm at chapter 11. This is page 108. I actually did not read a lot today, unfortunately. Right now it's 11 p.m. and I thought I would give an update before I go to sleep. I hit the 100-page mark, but it feels like I didn't even put a dent on the book because of how thick this book is. But honestly, right now I've been just trying to get into the groove of things because I actually forgot most of what happened from the first book. I feel like the world is starting to get a lot clearer. Like I feel like I can finally envision the world and what's happening and the things that are going on. I'm honestly quite impressed by how much thought was put into the plot, because it's super complex, but I feel like it's really easy to understand and it's really easy to consume, and I'm actually having a pretty good time. If I wasn't sleepy and I wanted to go to bed, I would have enjoyed reading this, but I have an early morning Pilates class tomorrow, so I need to make sure that I have enough sleep. I do love the fact that our main characters are like fighting right now. They're basically back to being enemies. Right now everything is so good, so I've been having fun. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Guys, literally look at this. Can I see? Can y'all see? Y'all see this? It might be a little bit dark, but it is currently almost 6 p.m. and I have some reading updates. I have read a third of this book. Finally, I feel like I've read so much. I'm at page 253. This is chapter 31. And I'm having a lot of fun. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I love the fantasy world. In the first book, I felt like it was difficult to understand, but now I feel like I understand. Like, I get what they're trying to do. There are different realms, and the world is kind of like urban fantasy, but there are also some parts of the world that is still very ancient. I understand, like I get it now. Diana is basically like a dragon who can shapeshift. She's very powerful. She has lots of fiery magic in her, while Sam Kill is like electricity, lightning, all of those things. No context whatsoever, because I am not allowed to spoil anything about this book because it's the second book of a series. Love Reggie. Starting to really like a character called Cameron. Not too sure what he's going to play a role in. We have a few bits and pieces of other POVs in this book, by the way. It's multiple POVs. It's not just Sam Keel and Diana, who are our two main characters. The flirting in between the fighting is so fun, and you only get like bits and pieces, so you're just like craving for it, but every time it comes up your thirst is quenched. I felt like the first book was really predictable. Why is it now I feel like everything is suddenly out of whack, and what I read is not what it actually is? The writing is great too. There are a lot of like emotional moments in this book where you kind of dig deep into Diana's struggles and Sam Keel's struggles, but more so I really like that the story is taking its time, that there are levels to grief, that there needs to be space and time for someone to grow, and this book definitely gives it to both our main characters. I'm enjoying this. I love the scene that we stopped at before this. It was so freaking good. I really enjoyed that. I have nothing to do tonight, so I'm probably gonna be able to read a lot. I'm really excited to continue this. Yeah, it's been great, honestly. It's been great. I even like all of the side characters so far. I even like the villain. I really like Caden. I'm gonna end my update here. I'm gonna read more tonight. Hopefully I'll give more updates as we go, I guess. Did you expect that I would be tearing up reading this book? Honestly, no. Page 363. Oh my gosh, I really like this. I have reached the halfway mark of the Third of Broken Gods, which I'm so grateful for, because this is 369, chapter 49. I would have read an entire book by this point if this wasn't a thick book. I wanted to just like read a lot because I know I would be very busy the weekend, which is tomorrow. I'm surprised by how much I'm enjoying this, because I did enjoy the first book and this one was really fun. This just feels like a fun time reading it. I also love some of the quotes in here because they're just really sweet. It is about Sam Keel talking about Diana, and it says, "My heart and soul scream in defiance because she's the only thing I can think about, the only thing I dream of when I allow it, the only thing in this life or the next I wish to claim." It is so romantic. The things that this man says is so romantic. The thing is, with this book, I'm also really invested with the villain, Caden, and he does get one POV, at least so far from what I've read. He gets one POV in this, and even reading his POV, like, I feel for him. I'm really liking this. I'm gonna continue reading. I'm about to go out to, not go out, but like I'm about to leave my room to go for a little treadmill walk. But I thought I would give an update before I do that. I've read a lot yesterday. I haven't given you guys an update for 2 days, by the way. I read a lot yesterday night, and I have read up until page 618, so I have like around 150 pages left, and I did have some thoughts when I was reading this yesterday night. Plot and everything has been going great. I feel like there is this one thing that hasn't dropped yet that I feel like is going to be revealed very soon, so I'm a little bit terrified of it, but I think that the last 150 pages is going to be pretty jam-packed. with like information and hopefully with like lots of plot twists. And I also have a feeling that it's not gonna be a happy ending, that it's gonna be a cliffhanger. Another thing is I feel like this author really likes to use the word damn near. Like I damn near collapsed, or like I damn near choked on my spit. I don't know why I used those as examples. I went on my Kindle because this book is on KU. So I went on my Kindle and I went to search for that word. And it says that there are 46 results. 46! Yesterday I was reading a chapter and it appeared in one page. It appeared twice and I was so surprised. Chapter 48, I did tab. Not tab, I like folded, dog-eared 2 pages. If you guys don't like dog-earing, I don't care. But I dog-eared a page here that is very sweet. Basically, Sam Keel is obsessed and he is in love with her. And I just really like this whole page. There are no ugly parts or pieces of you, and I care about them all, broken or not. There's no life with you in it that would be horrible. Horrible is living without you. And I thought it was really sweet, so I dog-eared that. Am I obsessed with the romance? Not so much, but I really like what I'm reading, and I'm hoping that this will end in a bang. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I need to do a little run before I have lunch and everything. Before the sun goes down, I want to finish this book. So that is the goal for today. Literally nobody judged me for running in pajamas. I don't know what to say. This is going to be horrifying. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to continue. I do not even want to know what's gonna happen. I finished it. I actually could have read the last 150 pages really quickly, but I was putting it off because I was terrified, and I was right because, yeah, whatever I just read, forever engraved in my brain. I am thrown off guard. I am baffled by the ending. There were little hints put in the first book that I didn't realize played a huge role in this book. Like there were some parts that I honestly just didn't see coming and it was insane. There were some parts that were predictable, but the others, insane. Yeah, it was a really good ending. I don't think I'll give it a 5 star though, just because the wording, damn near, I could not get over that. And also the fact that a nickname appeared in the middle of the book. Diana calls Sam Keel something and it cringed me out so bad. Probably like a 4 stars. I'm gonna sit on it a little bit, but I think a 4 star sounds great. I am going to pick up the 3rd book very soon. Okay, we have 3 more books in my February TBR. I don't think I'll be able to finish, honestly, by the end of February. I just gotta be realistic here. I am leaving on Friday, which is the 28th of February. I only have 3 days to read and I have 3 books. So 3 books in 3 days doesn't sound probable just because the books, they're not easy, lighthearted reads. I'm still gonna try. One of the books there is White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky, which is a very short classic. It is tiny. It is 100 and something pages. I probably can finish it in an hour. So that is the goal for right now, is that I want to read that in an hour. Guys, I am freezing in my room, which is why I'm wearing a sweater. I did finish White Nights. It took me around an hour and a half. It was pretty long to get through just because each page there's a lot of content and I needed to focus to read, so it took me quite a while. It's not even 100 pages. There's like another short story that's connected with this book called Bobok, but it's not White Night, so I don't want to read it. I had a pretty good time. I was trying to get used to the writing, like the first few pages, but then the moment I was into it, I was into it. I really liked our main character and his conversations as well as his inner thoughts about his love interest. It's a short story about unrequited love. But I did really like the nuances he placed on this whole topic, his thoughts and his feelings. It was really interesting to read a classic that was really fast-paced. I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. It's a very short story. It's not amazing, but I think it's an easy way to get into classics, and also I feel like the reading experience is pretty light and pretty easy and pretty fun. Honestly, by the end of it, I was feeling a little bit of anger. I thought it was great. Yeah, also when I was reading this, I came to the conclusion that I was gonna pick up Intermezzo by Sally Rooney as our third book. Let's hope I can get this done in 2 days. We're gonna get started with Intermezzo. I'm just gonna read this. Two brothers, their father recently passed away. They have an age gap. One is a lawyer, one is a chess player. That's all I know about this. There's like 3 parts, I think. Some people say that the first part is pretty hard to get into, but then the last 2 parts they fly through. So this is my first Sally Rooney book, and I've heard that she doesn't have quotation marks for conversations or like dialogue. But yeah, let's pick up Intermezzo and get this read. I thought I would give a little update because I've been reading Intermezzo and I have a goal today. I want to reach part 2 of this book. Part 2. I want to read until here, and right now I have stopped at chapter 5. This is page 123. I think I can do it. I'm pretty confident I can do it. Right now I'm here. I'm like a fourth of the way into this book. My thoughts so far is that we have gotten to know our main characters, Peter and Ivan, as well as Margaret. We're getting 3 POVs in this book, and for Peter and Ivan, their father recently passed away, so they're dealing with a lot of grief separately because their relationship is not the greatest. I think they have like a 10-year age gap or something. Peter doesn't really think too highly of Ivan. Ivan thinks highly of Peter but feels like he cannot connect with his brother, and so they have a very strained relationship. Margaret comes into the picture because Ivan went to a chess exhibition and meets Margaret. She's the program director that is hosting the event, and they end up connecting, and Margaret then plays a huge role in Ivan's life. I feel like the first 4 chapters so far have just been literally getting to know our characters. What's really interesting to me is that each POV is written differently. In Peter's POV, the writing is very short-term, thoughts are scattered, and it seems like he doesn't know what he's thinking. While in Ivan's POV, there's a lot of rambling involved, lots of long sentences, long paragraphs. And in Margaret's POV, you kind of get a more intellectual soul who is more introspective of her feelings and her life. All of them are dealing with different things in their life, and for right now, there hasn't been a situation where I understand why they're going through those things and how everything is gonna play a big role into what they're dealing with. Peter also has relations to 2 other women in his life. One is his first love, and the other is a college student he is financially paying for. It's very character driven. You're just really getting to know the characters, and honestly, Peter's POV has been absolutely difficult to get into, but I have been really enjoying Ivan's POV. Also, another interesting point is that because you're getting 3 POVs and you're also getting their POV of the other characters, for example, you see Peter in his POV talking about himself, and then you see Ivan in his POV talking about Peter, and a lot of their thoughts are completely different. The way they view each other and the way they view themselves is very different. Also, I've been highlighting a little bit parts that I think is kind of hilarious or kind of resonates. Let me see. There is one that I really like that was in Ivan's POV. Remembering something embarrassing you did years ago and abruptly you think, that's it, I'm going to kill myself. Except in his case, the embarrassing thing is his life. I thought it was really hilarious. I really like Ivan's awkwardness and just him not really knowing what to say and end up saying everything. I think it's really endearing. You can drive yourself crazy thinking about different things you could have done in the past, but sometimes I think, actually, I didn't have that much power over my life anyway. This is in Margaret's POV. The POVs are very different and you know exactly which POV you're in. That's about it. That's Intermezzo. I'm gonna continue reading once I finish editing a video because I need to do that first. Again, my goal tonight is to get to page 200. I feel like I'll feel accomplished if I do that. Brilliant. I'm currently still reading Intermezzo. For right now, I'm at chapter 10, page 235. I did reach part 2 yesterday. I continued on reading this morning. Didn't read a lot because I haven't been obsessed, I guess, with this book. The more I read on, especially part 2, the beginning of part 2, oh my goodness, I was so annoyed by Peter. He is so irritating to be in his head. The things that he's thinking of and the way he treats the people around him are absolute trash. I don't know how to like this character. I truly do not like him at all. I see a lot of his struggles, but I have to be frank, I don't see why he acts that way because of his struggles. I think in Ivan's point of view, I could understand why he's acting a certain way more than Peter. Margaret's just there, floating around Ivan's orbit and talking about her life. That's about it. But like Peter, I really don't like him. But anyway, right now I'm at Margaret and Ivan's POV. My aim is to get to part 3, which is page 322. I'm gonna sit my butt down and just like read, non-stop read until part 3, and then I'm hoping that I can get this done tonight. I've heard that part 3 is a lot faster and that things are happening in part 3, but the thing is, as somebody who reads romance and fantasy books, I love when there's like a climactic part of a book or like a plot twist. But with this, I feel like because it's a literary fiction and it's all about character growth and a character study of these people, I don't think there will be a moment that will hit me where I feel like the trajectory will shift in a certain way. I just feel like it's not gonna be that kind of book. What is this book trying to show me? What is it trying to give me? That's about it. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna continue reading and then I will give you guys more updates. Finished reading Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, which I'm really proud and happy because I didn't think I was going to get this done quickly. It serves to prove my point that this book was actually pretty easy to get through. If it was not a book I liked, I wouldn't be flying through such a thick book. I do like Intermezzo. I've mentioned a couple of times I hated the characters in this book, and every single one of them, I'm talking about all 5 characters in this book, none of them gave me any positive feelings towards them. I guess if I have to pick my most favorite character, it will probably be Naomi. Even then, I feel quite iffy about calling her a favorite character. I do not explain it without getting into the details, but this is my first ever Sally Rooney book, and getting into it, I knew for a fact that her books were character driven, that it was literally just a story about her characters, and most of her characters are always flawed. There's always problems that they're going through. This book is about people being sad, people being depressed, people making bad decisions and thinking that they're making the right decisions, but also realizing that they themselves as a human is very flawed. However, it doesn't feel like there is a possibility of change within them. In the beginning, I didn't like this book, but the more I read on, the more I realized how this book is making me feel. And I kind of came to the conclusion that because they felt so real in the way they acted, in the way they made decisions, in the way they went through a certain situation, that a part of me just feels like I'm getting attacked. There are a lot of quotes and words and phrases in this book that really hit home. There would be no reason for me to take out a highlighter if it didn't hit me. For a while, I hated this book, but then the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this book just gave too much emotions that really triggered me. But I'm done with this book. Yeah, and I'm proud of myself for getting it finished. We do have one more book in my TBR, and that's A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. And initially, I didn't think I was able to get into it, but apparently I flew through Intermezzo. So I'm thinking of picking it up and attempting to get it done before the 28th, which I have 2 more days left. I actually have picked it up a little bit. I read it on the Kindle just a little bit. 2 chapters, I'm at 4%. We're getting to know the world and so far it's interesting and it's great. But my current mood right now, and I'm super hormonal by the way right now, I'm at the peak of my luteal phase. I don't know, my mood is not getting into a darker shade of magic. I might pick up something else. But yeah, I'm going to go now. I will go to sleep tonight and then pick up a darker shade of magic tomorrow, hopefully. And if I don't end up picking it up, then I guess we failed this, but it's fine. I tried and it didn't work, but that's okay. I did not end up reading A Darker Shade of Magic. I decided not to read it because I just wasn't in the mood for it. I want to give it a fair chance, and that chance was not last week, so I did not end up reading it. Also, I forgot to end this vlog, which is why I'm here a week later to end the vlog. But we did read 3 books out of the 4 I had to, and I'm still proud of that. I am still really happy about what I read, and all of the 3 books I read were all 4-star reads, so that was really good. I had a really good time reading these books, kind of pushing myself to get out of my comfort zone to read some of these books. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. We'll see more reading vlogs and a lot more content on this channel. I'm filming so many things and I'm just really excited to film them. Also, don't forget to follow me on my other socials. I will link them all in the description box down below. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!